The story unfolds in Egypt, at the Great Pyramids of Giza in 1979. The protagonist, an ambitious photographer, is determined to capture striking images of the remains of Pharaoh Rudamon. His goal is clear: to establish himself as one of the most renowned photographers in history. Despite his relentless ambition, a deep-seated fear haunts him. It remains unclear whether his fear originates from the ancient curses that have persisted for centuries, or from the potential repercussions of trespassing into the pyramids. As he confidently navigates the narrow corridors, each step brings him closer to the tomb's entrance. A warning sign stands before him, cautioning visitors about the confined spaces that may cause discomfort and claustrophobia. Although he feels apprehensive, his hunger for success drives him forward. He steps into the tomb, where he is greeted by a vast array of ancient statues and priceless artifacts. Eager to document everything, he takes countless photographs, fully aware that access to such a sacred place is unprecedented, making his story a sensation waiting to unfold.
This isn't the first disappearance.
A chilling shiver runs down his spine as he experiences a vision of Pharaoh Rudamon, a powerful and infamous ruler known for his connection to spirituality and the paranormal. Convinced that it's just his nerves playing tricks on him, the photographer continues his exploration. Eventually, he uncovers remains buried deep within the tomb. Among the relics, he notices another passage marked with an ominous sign, warning that venturing further may result in death due to the tragic history that haunts this place. Ignoring the warning signs, he ventures deeper into the unexplored corridors. The absence of artificial light forces him to rely on his flashlight. The further he goes, the more he realizes that this place was sealed off for a reason. Strange echoes reverberate throughout the tomb, sending jolts of fear through him. Eventually, he stumbles upon an aged note left behind by an explorer named Henry Caldwell, who visited in 1922. In the note, Henry expresses his belief that this tomb is connected to beings from beyond the stars, extraterrestrials. He describes an eerie energy, inexplicable sounds, and a foreboding presence, promising to leave more notes for anyone daring enough to enter this cursed place. The photographer soon starts experiencing the same supernatural occurrences. He catches a glimpse of an ancient Egyptian queen standing in the shadows, but she disappears the moment he tries to approach her. In another note from Henry, he expresses his strong belief in the legend surrounding the curses. He warns that disturbing the pharaoh's remains will awaken his wrath, leading to the doom of any intruder. Despite sharing these fears, the photographer refuses to let his superstition hinder his ambition. Finally, he discovers an elaborately decorated sarcophagus belonging to Pharaoh Rudamon. With a steady hand, he dares to open it, capturing images of its contents. The moment he does, the anguished screams of a woman echoes through the tomb, filling the air with an unbearable tension. Could this be the wailing queen, mourning her lost king and seeking vengeance on those who disturb his slumber? Suddenly, his flashlight flickers out, leaving him in darkness. The only source of illumination is a faint ray of sunlight filtering through a carefully crafted opening, casting an eerie glow on the sarcophagus. Just as he moves in to investigate further, he is abruptly transported. The tomb, once abandoned and decrepit, has been restored to its former glory, illuminated by hundreds of flickering candles. Multiple sarcophagi line the chamber, and the bodies inside appear to be freshly entombed. It feels as though he's truly stepped into the past, witnessing the tomb as it once was. Summoning all his courage, he searches for an escape, realizing that he no longer recognizes this part of the pyramid. Another note from Henry reveals a horrifying truth. He too was transported after uncovering the remains. He describes a feeling of being trapped in a temple void, as if he had been sent back in time. Regret fills Henry's words as he warns any future explorer to flee while they still can. Mummified figures begin to stir, their bandaged bodies shifting unnaturally. Ancient inscriptions warned that disturbing Pharaoh Rudamon's rest would awaken his wrath, unleashing the fury of the star gods and leading to a fate worse than death. The photographer now fully realizes the gravity of his mistake. The reincarnation of Pharaoh Rudamon materializes before him, toying with him as he snuffs out the candles one by one before vanishing into the abyss. A sudden jolt, a jump scare, and then everything turns black. He awakens on a pier in ancient Egypt, with vast waters stretching out before him. The world begins to blur as his consciousness slips away. When he finally regains awareness, he finds himself back in the tomb, standing in front of the sarcophagus. The chamber is silent and everything appears normal. Had it all been a nightmarish illusion? He rushes to leave, but before he can, he discovers one last note from Henry. Henry confesses that he has come to terms with his fate. He has heard the Queen's wails, felt her restless pursuit, and accepted that his death is inevitable. Rather than bringing him comfort, this realization fills the photographer with terror. He never intended to meet his end this way. His dreams were of success, not a cursed demise. Panic overtakes him as he sprints through the twisted corridors, chased by mummies and spectral entities. Desperation fuels his movement, until at last, he reaches the exit. Relief washes over him, until he steps outside. Before him lies an alien landscape, a world unlike anything he has ever seen. Towering pyramids stretch into the sky, flying ships hover above, and the very fabric of reality seems altered. He has not escaped. He has ascended to the world of Amenti. The legend foretold that those who disturbed the pharaoh's tomb would suffer the wrath of the star gods and meet a horrific end. But instead, he has been transported to another realm, one he had only sought to document, never to inhabit. His ambition has sealed his fate, trapped him in a world beyond human comprehension. But perhaps this new world isn't too bad after all. As worth mentioning, when you find the Queen's decomposed body on a chair, far from a tomb or burial site, wearing the same clothes as the screaming entity, she wasn't mummified. It's highly likely the Queen wasn't embalmed, meaning all of her organs remained inside her after she died, meaning her soul would likely remain on Earth, haunting the living. This is why you can hear the Queen's wails before entering Amenti. There's writing to confirm this, as it seems to be an engraving from the Queen, stating she has fallen ill, and that when Rudamon died, he had ascended to Amenti, but he was not at peace. Her last wish was to be left in the pyramid, free from Amenti and the star gods. That wraps up our video. What do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let's keep the discussion going. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, we'll see you in the next video.